Hi, my name is Alexandra, and today I'm going to talk you through everything you need to know about completing Everest Three Passes Trek, plus Gokyo Ri, plus Everest Base Camp, as well as some other peaks along the way. As a solo female trekker, this means I did it without a guide or a porter, so I'm super excited to share my experience with you guys and hopefully be helpful if you're looking to do this solo or, more importantly, as a solo female. I will take you through my research that I did, why I chose this trek, how I prepared physically, what I packed, what I wish I brought, my highs, lows, some Q&A, and at the end, maybe I'll share a video of what I learned from this trip overall. So let's get started. Some people have asked me why I chose Everest Three Passes over Everest Base Camp. I had done so much research. Originally, I was going to do Everest Base Camp, but I found that it's become quite commercialized and overcrowded, and that's not the experience I was looking for. I saw lots of pictures and talked to people where they said there's groups of like 50 plus people and you're in queue. I really didn't want that. I wanted an experience where it's just me fully immersed in the mountains by myself. So then I came across Everest Three Passes, and I also thought it was more beautiful. I think Everest Base Camp is a great accomplishment, but it's not really beautiful in my opinion. But Everest Three Passes offers these beautiful views that are just breathtaking, and it's a little bit more challenging and longer, so I thought it would be a good mental and physical challenge for me to do. I had already done in 2018 Annapurna Base Camp with a guide and a porter, so this time I wanted to challenge myself more and do it completely on my own. Is it safe to hike alone as a solo female? So as I had mentioned, I had already been to Nepal in 2018 by myself, but I had a guide and a porter. This time around, I was a little uncertain on how it would be by myself. And one of the reasons I wanted to create this video in the first place was because I wasn't finding information online about how this trek is as a solo female or just a solo trekker in general. When I had done the trek, I found that it was completely safe. The Nepalese people are so friendly and so helpful. However, I do want to make a big disclaimer that in 2023, there was an announcement made by the Nepalese government that you can't hike by yourself. However, Everest region is excluded from this rule. But I wouldn't recommend this trek in general as a solo trekker or as a solo trekker female if you're inexperienced. There were points of this trek where I was by myself for hours, maybe 6-7 hours, didn't see a single person. So it can be a safety concern in terms of if you get hurt and you need assistance, you're really on your own. So I only recommend doing this solo if you're experienced. I had a physical map as well as downloaded maps, and I've done lots of treks by myself, so I felt comfortable doing this. But yeah, I just want to call that out because it is definitely not for new hikers. How did I prepare physically for this trek? So before doing this trek, I was backpacking Southeast Asia for 6 months. With that being said, it was quite hard to have a consistent gym routine because I was moving so often. But one thing I did do was running everywhere. Every new city I went to, I went for long runs to keep my cardio up, as well as doing at-home HIIT workouts. And overall, I'm a generally fit person. So I'm either hiking, kayaking, swimming. So I was ensuring that I was active every day going into the hike, eating healthy, getting enough sleep, all things that are really necessary for doing a multi-day trek. What did I pack? I had a small 36-liter Osprey hiking backpack that was amazing, but because it was so small, that meant I couldn't fit a lot of stuff in there. But honestly, every gram of weight you have on your back when you're hiking feels like 10 times more, so it's really important to keep your weight down. I can share my full list of what I packed with a picture, but overall, I wrote this down. I had a sleeping bag. In the tea houses, they provide like a small blanket, but it's not that warm, so a sleeping bag is really important. I think mine was for like -20 Celsius, if I remember correctly. I had 2 down jackets, a small one, a big one, thermals, rain jacket, gloves, warm hat, sun hat, 3 pairs of socks, 2 regular, 1 thick, 2 sports bras, 2 t-shirts, 1 long sleeve, 1 pair of pants, 16 days of underwear, flip-flops, chocolate bars, portable charger, headlamp, toilet paper, sunscreen. I want to take a second to talk about the chocolate bars. As you can hear by my accent, I'm American, and I felt like, oh, if I bring chocolate bars, people are going to make fun of me for being really American. Let me tell you, chocolate is the best thing when you're hiking. There's so many calories in a condensed space, and after doing like a 30-kilometer hike, there's no better feeling than sitting by a fire and enjoying a chocolate bar. Like, it is such a little treat. And during my trek, so many people saw me eating chocolate and they're like, oh my gosh, that's the best idea. Like, I wish I did that. So that is like one of the best things I brought with me. Some things I wish I brought was I brought like lip balm, but it was just like this cheap one. My lips were so bad the whole trek. They were like cracking and bleeding. So next time I do a trek, I'm gonna buy one that's quite good and has SPF in it. A stronger moisturizer, ladies, so important, because I had a moisturizer and it's still like my face was peeling when you're high in elevation and the sun is so strong. And thick gloves. I only brought a pair of thin gloves, and it was so cold when I did this hike that one day I had my gloves on and put my thick socks on, but it was hard to hold my trekking poles with socks on over my hands. So thick gloves is definitely recommended, and I wish I brought that with me. What I did about accommodation, food, water. So first with accommodation, when you book through a trekking company, they have that all figured out and booked in advance, so you don't really have to worry about anything. When you do it by yourself, it's a little bit different. I didn't have numbers to call for the tea houses to book in advance. I also didn't know exactly what day I would be getting to the tea houses. So therefore I decided just to take the risk and hike each day, arrive at a tea house, and ask if they had availability. Some people warned me that during the high season, I might not have anywhere to sleep. I was a little bit worried about that, but it ended up not being an issue at all. There's usually several tea houses in one area, so if one is booked out, the next one will be available. They're all similar prices. Keep in mind that the higher elevation you go, the tea houses get more expensive, as well as food. So food is quite cheap. I brought snacks with me, but I ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the tea houses, and it started off quite cheap. And then as I got higher, I was like, okay, this is getting more expensive. So I ended up eating a little bit less, but I was less hungry when I was in higher elevation anyway, so it worked out. And then in terms of water, I had water tablets with me. I actually probably didn't buy enough. I think it's better to buy more than you need because you just don't know, and they don't take up that much space and they don't weigh that much. But you can also buy water bottles at the tea houses, which are quite expensive and also get more expensive the higher up you go. And then about showering, you can shower. I chose not to. Because it's expensive, and I thought, okay, I'm really gonna get the full experience without showering. Just like all the other things, more expensive as you go. In terms of price, I think it was like €5, which is not that expensive, but if you are doing it every day, and I was trying to do it on a budget, it adds up. So I didn't shower for 16 days, which I know is a little gross, but when I did shower after 16 days, it was the best shower of my whole life. How much did my trek cost total? So I actually track this, including flights, accommodation, food, the gear that I bought, like crampons in advance, hats, that kind of stuff, Wi-Fi, the one shower I took at the end of the trek, like everything included, cost me €620 in April of 2023. The most expensive part of this trip was flying from Katmandu to Lukla and then Lukla back to Katmandu. The round trip ticket was €227. So if I didn't do the flights, which you have an option to take like a bus and hike a couple extra days to get to the beginning of the hike, it would have been only 393 euros. So it could be really quite affordable if you do it on your own. I knew I didn't want to do a trekking company, but I was looking at trekking companies and they were like around 2,000 euros. So it's quite expensive, big price difference. But I wanted to do it budget-wise, so the prices I paid, they could be a lot more. Like I wasn't eating a lot at each restaurant. I wasn't buying water. I only bought Wi-Fi a couple times. Like if you buy Wi-Fi every single day, it adds up. I didn't take showers. So this is how much I spent, but I would definitely say this is more of a budget spend. So it can really range from probably 300, the lowest, to maybe 3,000 if you're doing with a trekking company. So this is just like an estimate of what to expect. How did I decide on an itinerary? So the first thing I did was go online. Lots of people have posted itineraries that they chose when they trekked. I decided to use that as a base because I wasn't sure how I'd feel once I got into the mountains, meaning if I got sick, I would want to be able to build in a rest day. If the weather was good, I wouldn't want to have to feel like I had to hike that day. So I decided to have like a rough idea of what I wanted to do, but have about 5 buffer days just in case anything happened. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to share this, but I decided I'm going to. Every day of my trek, I took like a small video explaining what I was doing for the day, how I was feeling. So I'm going to share that with all of you. It is very raw. I mean, you see my emotions every day and see how they change. You see me through my happiness, my nervousness, my sickness. I mean, I really went through a wave of emotions. This trek was the most incredible trek of my life, but also the hardest mentally, physically, everything. So be prepared for a journey when you watch this. Hello! First day on my Everest Base Camp plus 3 Passes Trek, alone, without myself, which means no guide, no porter, just me in the mountains. My flight was supposed to be at like 6 a.m. this morning, got delayed like 4 hours, but it's okay, I made it here alive. I landed into the most dangerous airport in the world, so it was quite an experience. And now, today is an easy day, just 3 hours, and it's downhill. The rest of my trek will be all uphill. Saw lots of people, all in big groups, so I'm hoping to meet other solo hikers. But we'll see, it's a beautiful day. I'm feeling good. Don't know if I'll stay the same in like 5 days from now, but that's the update. Hi, I am on day 2. Day 2 is when it starts to get hard. Elevation gain. So starting at 2.6, going to 3.4, so about 800 meters of elevation gain. They say for every 1,000 meters you gain, you have a rest day. So tomorrow, have a rest day and do like a small 3-hour hike. But wish me luck. Feeling pretty good. You really do feel every gram of weight on your back. I haven't seen any solo hikers yet. All just like big groups with guides and porters. So interesting, but we'll see. Only on day 2. As you can hear, I'm already out of breath. My legs, they're tired, but I'll get there. Okay, bye. Hi, greetings day 3. My hair is crazy. Today was a rest day, super easy, 1.5 hour walk up to a hotel with a beautiful view. It's a little cloudy today. Can't really see the mountains too well, but on my way up, I met this amazing Australian guy, super cool. He is gonna do some climbing in the area. I spent like 4 hours with him. He was just cool. I love meeting hikers and climbers. And had very expensive tea, but it was with a beautiful view. And now I'm heading down tonight, just hang out in the village. So pretty relaxed day. Hello, day 4 of my trek. It started off quite easy. going downhill. It's not too great though, because that means I have to go all the way back. It's about a 6-hour hike today. I think the elevation gain is 500 or 600 meters. Feeling pretty good, but again, I'm going down. So let's see how I feel when I go up. I have about 10.5 kilograms, I think, of weight on me. It always feels like more when I'm going uphill. But yeah, it's a beautiful day. Again, in a t-shirt. So, pretty happy. Okay, I was thinking we were gonna gain like 500-600 meters. Wrong. You go down all the way to the river and back up, so it's like 1,100 meters of elevation gain. I still have like another hour to go. I'm dead. I can't feel my legs. But it's nice views. It's getting better and better. Hello. Today is day 5. Yesterday was very mentally draining. It started off easy, and then I didn't want to hike. I was over it. Got through it, met some amazing people, and like had a really nice night. Was sleeping by 8:30. Today, it's gonna be like 4.5 hours, maybe 5. Hopefully it won't be as mentally challenging as it was yesterday, but the views are getting just better and better. Like just mountains everywhere, and it's getting colder. Don't have a t-shirt on today. Short sleeve, long sleeve, and puffer jacket in my hair. Crazy, as usual. Hello, day 6. So yesterday and last night, it snowed a lot, as you can see. And because of the snow, it kind of changed my plan. I'm supposed to do this one pass called, I don't know how to pronounce it, Cho La Pass. Because of the snow, a lot of guides told me that deep crevasses will be created, and there's a high chance I could fall through and die. So with that said, it's not worth risking my life, especially because I haven't found a single person doing this solo. So I'll be by myself. Don't want to die. So I kind of had to change my itinerary, which is kind of sad. But health comes first. I will still go to one of like the high camps, stay there the night, and then do a longer route rather than going over the pass. So hopefully I'll be able to do the 2 other passes, but I'll see if the weather behaves. So it's 6 p.m. I got here around 12. I think I'm experiencing some altitude sickness. It's just like a headache I've had since 12. I've been sleeping because I don't want to deal with it, but I was hoping not to take altitude sickness pills. But after 6 hours, I think I have to. So I just took a pill now. Hopefully I feel better, because I'm at, I think, 4,700 meters, and I need to get to 5.5 tomorrow. So I hope this pill kicks in. I'm gonna drink a lot of water. But right now I feel like shit. Hi. I forgot to take a video yesterday, which was day 7. It was acclimatization day, meaning I go up a high elevation and then come back down. So I was at 4.7 and I went to 5.3, came back down, had a little bit of altitude sickness again. Plans keep changing. I met a bunch of people and they're like, oh, it's okay to do the pass. I was like, great, if we all do it together, it'll be good. So I was really excited that the pass was back on the plans. But then last night started raining again. Not raining, snowing. And I talked to several people in my guest house. Many are experienced climbers. And they're like, it's way too dangerous to do the pass. Several people died last week when weather conditions were good. But now with all the snow, deep crevasses. It's just way too dangerous. So some of the people I met, they're continuing to do it, but a French guy and I decided to go a different route. It's longer, but it's just way safer. As much as I had my heart set for the 3 passes, it's just not worth risking my life, because if I fall into a crevasse or break my leg, these people can't help me. I'll just be dead. So sad, but it's for the best. So today, I don't know how many hours it'll be. We've been out for about 2. Maybe it'll be another 4. I don't know. Hopefully it won't be too bad. I think it's 600 meters of elevation gain. But yesterday, it was a lot of elevation gain in 2 kilometers. Here, I think it's spread out, so it'll be easier, hopefully. Hello, day 9 of my trek. Yesterday was hell. Luckily, the people who did the pass, they were at my guest house and made it okay. They said it was really dangerous, really difficult. And then this morning, one of the girls who had done the pass is feeling really, really sick, and she might get helicoptered back to Katmandu. So I'm really glad I didn't do the pass, and I hope that she'll be okay. Today, I hiked to Gorshep from La Buche. It is cold and snowy, as you could see, kind of. And then I might go to Everest Base Camp. I'm on the fence. I'll get there in the afternoon, which would be super crowded. So I might just have a rest day today after my hike. Take about 2 to 3 hours. And then I might treat myself and rest. I don't know, we'll see. Also, tons of helicopters everywhere as we're getting closer to Everest Base Camp. Visibility is not great of the mountains, but I just didn't want to wake up early. Hello, day 10. So I woke up at 5:30, left the house at 5:50 a.m. to get to Kala Patthar, pronouncing it wrong, viewpoint, which was 5,600 meters, which will be the tallest height I'll be doing on this trek. It felt like hell when I was hiking it, and I thought I was going really slow, but then I found out I did it pretty quickly. My guest house, I think, is at 5.1, so 500 meter elevation gain. When you're in this altitude, you're just slower in general, but I did the 500 meters in 1 hour and 40 minutes, and when I was at the bottom, I asked a guide, like, oh, how long should it take? And he says an average person 3.5 hours. So that makes me feel pretty good. I'm on my way down now, so the views aren't as pretty, but it's still, oh wait, right there, still beautiful. I need to take some layers off, and now I will be going down an elevation. I think it's gonna be like a 10-hour day, and then tomorrow, if I'm feeling good, I do my first pass, because the first pass I didn't do because of the weather, so hopefully the second pass I'll be able to do. It's better that I took a video now, because on my way up, I was real cranky and so cold. I thought my fingers were gonna fall off. So now I'm in a better mood because I'm on my way down. Hi, day 11. I don't have altitude sickness, but I have a lovely sinus infection, like in here, behind the eyes, accompanied by a cough. I didn't sleep at all last night. I'm just feeling horrible. I was supposed to do the Cho La Pass with like my group of friends, but I can't. I really need to take a day off. It'll be like my first day of actually like not hiking. But I feel like maybe I'll wake up tomorrow feeling better. I really feel horrible.
This hike has been like the most physical, mental, challenging, draining experience of my life. It's been beautiful, but like, oh, it's come at such a cost. I hope I find people to do the Cho La Pass with tomorrow, because it could be quite dangerous. And then Gokyo Lake better be beautiful, because if it's not, oh man, oh, I'm gonna just go to sleep.
Hi, greetings, day 12. I forgot to take a video this morning, like I usually do at the start of the hike. It was a hard day. I did Cho La Pass, which was my first official pass. I met 2 Israeli guys with a guide, and luckily they let me follow close behind, which I really appreciate because I was quite nervous to do it alone. Part of the trek involves like crossing a glacier, and I was so paranoid of just falling through a glacier and dying. I know, crazy, but it happens. And then once you get over the pass, it's a steep decline. I accidentally cut off the video. I'm so tired. But there's a steep decline and there's ropes. So I had to put crampons on. There's a lot of snow, so I'm glad there was like other people around to watch after me. So started around 6:30 a.m., finished at 4 p.m. Exhausted. I mean, but my other friends who left a day beforehand, they are just completely wiped as well. So I'm not alone. And most people are not doing the full trek anymore because the mountains have just killed them. So I'm really glad I'm not alone because I love hiking, but this trip has been beautiful views, but at a cost. Like, I've had altitude sickness, now I have a sinus infection, my face is all swollen, I'm peeling everywhere. Tomorrow is a short but very difficult hike, but I'm supposed to have 360 views. So hopefully that's okay. Hoping to get a good night's sleep tonight and feel a little bit better tomorrow. So we'll see.
Day 13. Waking up with a bloody nose. Honestly, I gotta get off these mountains. Day 12. Supposed to hike up to Gokyo Ri, which is like 360 views. Mountains, Everest, everything of the lakes. This is currently my view. This is a lake right here, and these are beautiful mountains behind. So I am just sitting on the ground, feeling sorry for myself. I'm with a friend, and he's like, let's go, let's keep pushing. But I'm so exhausted and sick. It doesn't make sense for me to keep hiking for hours if this is the view. And it's not supposed to get better. So I think I'm just gonna hike down and maybe try tomorrow morning. Like really, really early in the morning. But like, this is... Hi, day 14. Second attempt to do Gokyo Ri. It's cloudy, but I'm hoping I can still see a little bit at the top. I'm pretty exhausted, to tell you the truth. I don't know how I'm gonna get to the top. It's like 3 hours straight uphill. I'm gonna take it slow. Hopefully I don't die. But I wanna do it. It's my last peak of this entire trek. And then after this, I start going down. Start getting oxygen in my lungs again. Starts getting warmer. So, wish me luck. And I also have good views at the top. Fingers crossed. So this morning I did hike up Gokyo Ri. Didn't see a single thing, no visibility. Second part of my day is hiking to Dole. As you can see, it is snowing, but I don't even care because I'm going lower in elevation today. So my lungs are gonna love it. It's gonna be warmer. It means no more elevation. It's just gonna get easier from this point on. So I don't even care it's snowing and it's freezing because the hardest part of my trek is done. And now I'm just going down. And in 2 days from now, I will be in the city of Katmandu and I'll be straight chilling in the warmth. Hello, greetings, day 15. It's cold, snowing, no view. Today will take about 6 hours, going again lower in elevation. Just trying to get out of these mountains. I mean, still sick. Have a horrible cough. I forget what the guide told me it's called, but apparently it's like really common to get this cough when in the mountains. Also, found out my bloody nose. One of the guides told me that he only gets a bloody nose when he's in Everest region. So that's interesting because I've never gotten a bloody nose until now. But anyway, I'm just gonna try to make the most of this horrible cold day. Just keep it in mind that in a couple weeks, I'll be back in France. It'll be warm. I'll have my cute spring clothes. I can't wait. Or in more close matters, in a couple days I'll have my first shower in 17 days. So that will be incredible. Hi, greetings, day 16. This trek is supposed to be 17 days. But I decided I'm gonna make it 16. The last 2 days I'm just gonna squeeze into one. So today is gonna be like a 18-kilometer hike. Hopefully not too bad. I do have like 900 meters of elevation gain and then 1,000 meters of descent. I've decided that this trek is kind of like a toxic relationship. I've had so many moments of just pure hate, but then so many moments of a lot of love. But with that being said, I'm ready to get off these mountains. So hopefully my legs will allow me to just finish off this trek today. It's cold, snowing, but I'll just take it as a sign as the mountains are like crying that they're gonna miss me. I don't know. But I'm in pretty good spirits because I'm towards the end. Tomorrow I hope to fly from Lukla to Katmandu, but it's all dependent on weather. I've heard stories of people being stuck for days. I'm hoping that's not the case for me. So, fingers crossed. I'm done. I'm taking a video live seconds after finishing, raw. Yeah, it feels really good to be done. And now that it's done, I can look back and reflect on some things. I've learned some important lessons on this trek. One, listen to your body. There was one day I was experiencing altitude sickness. Blood was just rushing out of my nose. I just felt horrible. I wanted to keep pushing on, but I figured it's better to listen to my body than just push through and make it even worse and then potentially like have to be evac'd off the mountain. Second, listen and respect the mountains. The trek did not go as planned. I wanted to do the 3 passes. When I arrived at Chukhung, the weather had a different idea. All the guides were like, it's not safe. We're not taking our people. Experienced climbers were like, you're going to risk your life. Like, is it worth it? So yeah, mountains could be great, but sometimes they're like, no, we don't want you to do this. 3, I know it's going to be super cliche, but the saying, I don't even know how it goes, something about like, it's not about the journey, it's the people you meet along the way. It's so true. I've met some incredible people that I think have made this experience so good and has also helped me like get through it mentally. At the beginning of my trek, I met this 70-year-old Palestinian guy. He was so much quicker than me, so he really like pushed me in the beginning when my bag felt the heaviest because I wasn't used to it. And then I met these Israeli guys who made like such an incredible special night. And they also took care of me by like buying me a shower when I said I wasn't gonna shower for 17 days, and buying me hot chocolate, and just being like amazing, to like meeting a group of then solo trekkers, and spending some days with them trekking, having the company and the like emotional support, and the list goes on. Like I'm forgetting a bunch of people as well. So those are like the top 3. I'm just gonna relax. I have a flight back to Katmandu tomorrow. I've had 2 showers in 17 days. I had one last night, which was incredible, and then one that I mentioned the Israeli guy paid for. So I'm like quite dirty. So it'll be really nice to shower, brush my hair, put on clean clothes. This video is way too long, but I wanted to do it like live in the moment.